Hello, everyone. Oh, that's not the right thing. Let's do that. There we go. God, I must have been using some weird layouts on this thing. They have changed quite a bit on StreamYard, I see. That's better. All right. So, welcome everybody to the stream. It's been a while since we've done one of these, but I figured, hey, we have a new product. Let's go ahead and check this out. We'll give it a little bit to get some people in here. Maybe I'll try and set up a secondary camera if I can. Let me see if I can set up my phone in here. I'm pretty sure that I can, though. If not, I do believe I still have my my one camera set up. So let me go and take a look. See where I put that really quick. What's up, Mr. Burns? How's it going? Hopefully the audio is okay. We're using the OBS bot for audio and video, so I hope it's coming in loud and clear and all right. So I apparently have no idea where my secondary camera is. I don't know what I did with it. I might have gotten rid of it finally, and I have no idea. This worked here. What do I know? But welcome everybody. So we will be checking out the Minton. This is called the Nutopress, which essentially is just a fancy saying for a heat insert press. And since we did that, let's go ahead and get our test prints off here. So I did one in PLA and I did one in PETG to see how the differences are. So let's get these off the build plate real quick. There's one and two. I love that build plate. Works perfectly. Sounds good here. Awesome. Thank you very much for double checking. I'm going to see if I can try and set up my phone here for a secondary camera so that way we can get this all set up. Let's go StreamYard. Okay, cool. I think we can get this going. You are now live on YouTube. Thank you very much. While visiting the site, but we're going to mute this because I do not want to have any feedback. And we're going to go ahead and enter. Oh. There we are. Aha! That's just so weird. All right. So let's see if maybe we can set that up on a tripod. I know I got my tripod with me. There we go. Hopefully the audio is not coming through both of those. I know in the past I've had some issues with that, but I should be okay. Everything should be muted. All right. So you guys should only be hearing one feed, but seeing two different videos. Alrighty. Oh God, loud noises. All right. So, like I said, I did print off 2 different blocks here that are kind of like test fitting blocks. So, like I said, this is some Polymaker PLA, and I think this is some Sunlu PTG. So, I decided to do 2 different ones just so we can have that that ability. So, but yeah, hopefully everything's okay. I think we're all right. Maybe I should have my backup camera, but it'll be all right. And we have some other goodies coming down the line, so that'll be really, really cool. I can't really say too much on what we're going to be working with, but it's going to be a little bit of mixture of resin and FDM stuff. So we'll get everything situated here, but yeah, let me know if you guys have any issues with audio or anything. You guys should be okay. You should be able to see all of the camera and everything. Yeah, second camera is good. Okay, so we are good. All right. So without further ado, let's kind of get into this. As usual, always gotta wait from you. All right. So inside this fancy little kit, we have our quick start guide. Scan to access the full instructions. So we might have to boot up my phone. Okay, maybe not. So there are some instructions here that we have from the manufacturer. We have some unboxing video that we can do. And this says, this allows anyone to easily achieve repeatable disassembly for printed parts. So this is a printed and manufactured kit, I think. Or is this just printed parts? So let's see. We got everything out of the box here. So it looks like we have our base, which looks like maybe a drawer or something in here. There's something. We'll have to look into this and see how to open this, but it sounds like there's some sort of a drawer. Ah, there is a drawer. Okay. So let's get this out of the way. So there's a nice 3D printed drawer that's in here. So this is all printed parts that are on this entire setup here. So it looks like they did printed stuff on the bottom part and then the top part, and then they clipped them together. Looks like this was pretty much the base of this was printed on the build plate, and then this is just a cover that they put on here. So that's kind of nice and nifty, and it looks like they probably utilized those heat inserts or the press inserts right there. So those are all over the bottom. Looks like we got a little bit of stringing here. So quality control is not the greatest, and it looks like they should have pressed in the sides here a little bit, so you can see they're bulging out the screw areas. Not the end of the world, but hey, you know. So inside here we do have some heat inserts here. These look like they're just threaded pieces. So I'm not sure how those work. Maybe those are the actual press parts. And then these are fittings. I'm guessing M3. That's what this is. And then inside here we have our soldering tip. We have some Allen screws. Another holder for some screws. Allen wrenches. And 2 pairs of tweezers. We have a angled one and then just a standard tweezer. Then we also have what looks to be maybe a power line. I'm not exactly sure what this is. Oh, a retractor. Oh, okay. So maybe this uses it so it can retract back. That might be what it is. Okay. And then we have another 3D printed part here. This is probably to hold that this part inside here so it gets it all situated. And then we also have the extrusion rail. What is this? A 2020, I think, or maybe a 1010? Probably 2020. Extrusion rail. Some more 3D printed parts with rollers and everything for the extrusion rail. So that way it can work the way that it needs to. And then obviously our little soldering iron that we will press into here. And that will fit exactly where it needs to go right in there. Perfect. No problem. So, all right. So far, pretty easy, self-explanatory stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So, yeah, so that's going to be the extraction. That's going to be our setup for the hole. This is going to be for the insert for the extrusion rail. And this looks like it will be a snug press fit inside here. So hopefully we can get this in here and the tolerances are right. We shall see. This is very, very interesting. First I've seen of anything like this before. But I have a feeling that we might have an issue because I can see already that these are not lining up the way that they're supposed to. So this will require a little bit of finesse in there. Press down. The tolerances are really, really tight on this this platform here, the printed area. So you may have to, use a sledgehammer or something like that. We do have a resin printed sledgehammer that we can use. So sorry for the loud noises. R.I.P. eardrums. Oh, still got a little bit more to go. I'm surprised that resin hammer holds up. A little bit more. Apologies. My sincere apologies for the noises. Okay. So I think we are good with that. And then looks like we have an M6 or an M5 by 12. So I'm guessing that's what these screws are. 4? Yep, that's exactly. Get out the Thor hammer. I really should print like a Thor hammer, right? Oh God, I'm losing things already. Oh, geez. It's not a live stream without doing that. Okay. I love that they provide an entire plethora of Allen keys, but you really only need like one, maybe two of them. But hey, I guess more the merrier, right? Dude, I'm just not having it today, huh? The car is running, but nobody's behind the wheel. I think we're still just a little bit short. Yeah, it's not connecting still. Apologies again. Apologies. We may have to get out the big hammer because this might not have enough downforce to push it past where it needs to go. Because I'm not connecting still. So if we got my other big hammer over here, I think I do. Nice little ball peen hammer. All right, that should be good now. Should be. Keyword. But it doesn't seem like it. It's like it's stuck at a point. Oh, we got it. There we go. All right. So now that is on there. All right, cool. So now we have to put our roller on. So obviously we want to put that on there. Okay, so that's essentially right where we need it to go. All right, cool. And we need this part and this part. So this apparently threads onto the top of this, and hopefully we didn't destroy everything. Now we're good, right? So it looks like there is another piece. Okay, that part fits on just fine. Now, getting it to thread in with the Allen keys they provided is going to be a different story. Oh boy. Yeah, man. Gotta wiggle it just a little bit. Wanna see you wiggle it. All right, we're gonna have to thread this on because the thread is not fully done on this. So we're gonna have to not cross thread it, but essentially thread it so it works. Oof, that threading pitch is not that nice, huh? So, needless to say, this is not a super easy kit. At least mine hasn't been. It's not terrible, but just know that you're going to need to do a little bit of forcing on some parts here and there to make sure that this goes together right. So I wish they did provide us with different size heat inserts, but hey, it is what it is. Beggars can't be choosers, I guess. Yeah. All right, now that that's all threaded, let's go ahead and get this back out. And that way we can put this piece back on here. Now, I will say that it looks like we might be missing a piece. So let's see, insert the handle into the aluminum slot, then tighten the screws using a 3mm hex wrench. Okay. Oh, okay. I see what part. Never mind. I saw another part on the instruction manual that I was like, where is this part? But it's this piece that I was looking for, this end piece. I thought it was another part that added on to this piece. I was like, we're missing a crucial part here, people. But alas, we are not. Okay. Now we can go ahead and get this all threaded, and hopefully we can get it threaded in here using this Allen. Going to be very, very close. Okay. All right. So now that's all set. Now, what we need to do is put this inside here. And that essentially has to go in there somewhere, I'm guessing. Ah, okay. So I think we may have went a step above, which is weird because it says install the handle, soldering iron installation. But I don't think we were supposed to install this. And the reason being is there's a slit right in this part right here. There's a slit right there. And I'm pretty sure that is supposed to go underneath there so it can rise up and come back up. Because otherwise, it just falls. So I think now we have to undo this. Because it's weird. It says, number 1, install this handle out of anything. And then, like, essentially assemble everything. So it's a little janky, at least in the installation for here. So not the end of the world, though. Get it taken care of. Oh no, I forgot to charge my phone. All right. So let's get this. Yep. That's exactly where that's supposed to go. Bingo. So that is supposed to go there. Then this onto here. Tighten this down. Okay. Just a minor step back. Get out Thor's hammer. I grab Thor's hammer. Your death will be avenged. Okay. Make sure that this is tied down. All right. Now this goes like that. And now we have functionality. It's not perfect. Locks up a little bit. But it holds it. It's not. So I don't know if it's supposed to be like a spring-loaded type thing, but yeah. I swear I'm making a solar charger phone case and screen protector. That would be awesome to have something like that. Just an all-in-one. So I'm looking at the instructions here, and like they basically want you to have it like this, which I mean is fine. I guess that works all right. But they have so they have these little strips here, cable holder strips, okay? And then they have little 3M adhesives. But yet you have a screw right here. You could have just incorporated a print onto that. But hey, that's just my 2 cents with it. This could have been an easier fix, in my opinion, but instead of this kind of janky rigged type setup. But you know what? We'll go with what they want. How about that? Okay. Let's go ahead and pull off the tape there. I do like these little holders though for cables. It's just this could have been printed, people. It really could have. Okay. So that's set up there, and then they also have one in the back here. We'll go ahead and put that on here. Actually, I don't even know if I want to put that one on there, because that's going to cause that. So maybe I'll just, you know what, I'm just going to leave that one off. This one's good enough for what we need to have it, as long as it's up and out of the way of our print. That's good enough. Good enough for government work. Toss that out. Let's go ahead and put some power on here. Okay. Oh, you know what? Probably shouldn't. Can we power this off? Yeah, it is off. Okay. All right. So that is off. I'm going to unplug it just to be on the safe side. So, but that's essentially everything that they tell you about to do. But so we do have some, I guess, kind of set inserts. So these essentially just go into here, but we have to match up the sizes. So like I said, I think they only gave us M3 size setups here. So let's see, we want... How does this go in? Let's go this way. Yeah, it does. Okay, so that's a little too small. That a little too big. That one's just too big. So I guess we're going to have to use the smaller one. Right, because is this... No, that's the bottom of our heat insert. I don't really like that because it's like it fits, but it doesn't. So I guess we'll go with this one. So trial and error. I mean, really, all you do is you just get the sizes set up here. It's a little toasty still. All right. So, like I said, I think this is an M3 insert. So we're going to take this and set it inside of here. Can. Oh, maybe it's an M3 or M4. No, it might be bigger. Yeah. So this is the only thing that I have an issue with this, is the fact that it's a little weird. That's too much. That's too perfect of a size there. So we need to pull that one back out. There we go. So yeah, this will be... This one's a little bit more legible to see. So this is a M3V. I don't know what the difference is between that, but yeah. So essentially we are going to take that. We're going to set it all up. So as you can see, we have our block here, and we basically have our different size holes. So I'm going to line this up. There's a little cup on the bottom of these brass inserts, and they go right inside here. And so essentially we're going to turn this on. I'm going to let that heat up really quick. See if I can turn this so I can see the temps. Okay. And so essentially what we're just going to do is we're going to insert this brass fitting right inside there once we're up to temp. So it's automatically set to 351, so we're going to let it sit there for a quick sec. And then we're going to fit it in. And there we go. Done. Perfect. Right on there. So that's totally awesome. I love that. That's great. Yeah, like I said, they only provided the M3 screws in here. So, all right. So obviously, PLA works beautifully. Now, one of the strange things is because obviously you're expanding PLA, you want to make sure you get your tolerances right, because one of the problems is it bows out. So you just want to make sure that everything's lined up properly on there. So let's go ahead and try PTG. This one seems to be a little bit closer tolerance, so this one might be a little harder to get in. Let's see. And this might be where some tweezers come in, because I have super fidgety hands. And this is exactly why I did this in two different types of filaments, because A, I wasn't 100% sure that PETG would work with this, and B, I was curious to know if the tolerances were going to be the same. All right, so we have that set in here as well, and let's go ahead and press this insert in here. Perfect. Works beautifully. So like I said, it does bow out a little bit because obviously you're pushing the plastic in and outward, but that's not anything you can't, sand away and make it real nice and flush. That looks like it's a very flush part if we were to get that stuff out of here. So let's see if maybe we can scrape this off really quick. Okay. All right. Just one little piece more. Oh, no. All right. That's just about flush. Okay. So there we are. Super flush. There we go. All right. That's perfect. Now, make sure that this works the way that it needs to. Let's see. Extra M3 screws around here. First off, let's take that off the power so we can let that cool down. And let's get a nice long M3 screw to see if this will fit in here. Ha! And there you go. Perfect. Ugh. Not coming out. Perfect. So, if you're looking for an easy insert to go with your 3D printed parts, and you need something that's structurally strong and rigid, this is definitely something you want to take a look into. We're going to try and set this a little bit more. There we go. With this one I set in on an angle, apparently. There we go. Slightly fixed. So, and even though this is still a little toasty, so we can still play with it. Even though we can play with it because it's still a little warm and it's PLA, it still does not come out. If that's in there a good amount. That's perfect. Yeah. So really, really cool. That comes with this nice little case that you can have and carry in all of your little accessories. Plus, on the top here, there's 3 holes on each side. What that's for is actually for each and every insert, you can go ahead and thread them in here. And that way you can have your threaded inserts right away. So you have 6 threaded inserts for each and every size of your heat press that you need. So here's each and every different size and model. So there's 2. We have the M3. So I believe this goes up to an M6, if I'm not mistaken. So we have really, really small ones. These ones are much, much smaller. And then these are slightly larger. So those are like your 4 and 5 right there, probably. Or maybe even 5 and 6, 7. Yeah, so it's probably like an M3. Probably an M2, M3, M4, M5, M6, and M7. That's probably how it goes. So really, really nice little package that they have there. So you can just have everything all together. And if you don't want those together, you can essentially just put them away and not have to worry about them ever again. So this can go ahead and go right inside here. And then all your little heat press inserts, you can obviously buy as many as you need to. They are super, super cheap to buy these kits. And you guys can find these on Amazon. I will provide a link down below after the video. I forgot to add one in there, but it'll definitely be down there if you guys are interested in buying one of these kits. And then also, you can also use this as just a regular old soldering iron too. They also have just a regular old tip that you can fit on there. I'm not exactly sure how you would swap it out, but I'm guessing you would have to take out the actual cylinder and everything and then swap it back to a regular thing. But pretty much all these Allen keys are not really needed. Like I said, there's probably like 2 different Allens, maybe 3, that you'll need to keep, so you don't need to have all these big bulky things. And then this little tiny drawer just slides right back inside here, and you're all set. Ready to rock and roll for whatever adventure you want to use this for. This is a really, really cool little item. So if you guys are interested in getting one, go ahead and check it out. It'll be available on Amazon. This is the Minton. Let me get this right. The Minton Nutopress. So the Minton Nutopress, if you guys are interested in that. So I'm going to go ahead and take out this other camera here so you guys can see my ugly mug right here. But that's pretty much it. It's a very, very simple, very, very small and compact system. So you can keep this up and out of the way. It's really, really nifty to have. Now, with this being said, I am going to print this exact block in resin because I also want to try and see how good it works with resin. Now, I'm pretty positive that once resin is set, it's set. You can't really do much with it, and it actually does have a very good heat tolerance to most resins. So we might end up trying different types of resins and seeing how that goes. But essentially, we are going to utilize this in a resin setting, or at least try to, and see how well that comes to fruition. And if not, there's some other things that we're going to take a look that you can utilize this type of technology, I guess you can call it, advancement, to help with threaded parts on resin pieces, and we'll get more into that. So, because obviously we do a lot more resin than we do FDM, but this is a great little upgrade for anybody who's getting into FDM printing and wants a much stronger part. This is a very, very simple, straightforward kit that's already ready to rock and roll. And it took us maybe like 10 minutes to put together, if that. And that's with, some really just okay instructions. So who knows? Maybe if you watch my video, it'll be maybe a little bit easier for you. But yeah, really, really cool. I like this product already. This is probably something that I will keep in my my workshop area, because it's always nice to have new little nifty products working for you, essentially. So yeah, like I said, if you guys are interested in it, I will provide a link down below. I'll do a couple short videos as well on TikTok if you guys are interested. And then, like I said, if you really want one of these things, they will be available in the link down below. It will be an Amazon affiliate link because that's mostly what I use nowadays. So if you guys use it, use it. If you don't, you don't. That's perfectly fine. Like I said, it doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, check out the Minton Nutopress. This is probably the best investment that you can have for your 3D printing needs for 2025 and beyond. I thank you all for stopping in, chit-chatting, checking out the latest and greatest from Minton. And yeah, until next time, guys, happy printing.